Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick reading recap for you guys. This is, again, only my second video, so please be patient. I promise I will get better. So like I said, a quick reading recap. So I'm going to go over the couple books that I finished this week, as well as a couple books I am reading this week, and also, a few books that I have laying around that I haven't quite gotten to yet. So let's just get started. So the first book that I finished this week is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Not quite sure how I feel about it. It was very hard for me to get into. When I did get into it, I did like it. I was in a little bit of a reading slump, so I think I might pick this up again sometime and try to just not force myself to read it when I'm in a reading slump. And hopefully I like it a little better than I did this time. I did not dislike it, but it did not live up to the hype for me. It just was very hard for me to stay focused on. If I'm not totally engulfed in a story, I tend to do a lot of daydreaming, and so that was just kind of my problem with this book. The second book that I read this week is probably a little bit of a controversial read for BookTube, but it is Down the Rabbit Hole by Holly Madison. So, Curious Adventures and Cautionary Tales of a Former Playboy Bunny. Holly Madison was on the show The Girls Next Door, which aired, I think, in like early 2000s. She was a girlfriend of Hugh Hefner. I've always really liked Holly as kind of a person. Not that I know her personally or anything like that. Not that lucky. But she's a big Disney fan. I was always a fan of the show. I don't know why, but I love that show. Total guilty pleasure for me. The last couple books that I had read before starting The Cruel Prince and this book were pretty heavy reads. The first one that I had read was The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, which I loved, but it was kind of an emotional read. I'm sure many booktubers have read it. It's very good, but like I said, again, very emotional read. The second book that I finished before picking up this one was The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. It is a different kind of a genre than I typically read. I thought the cover was beautiful, and I've heard really good things about The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Have not read that yet, but I decided to pick up The Great Alone because I saw it at work one day, and I thought the cover was beautiful. Like I said, heard great things about Kristen Hanna. I originally planned to get right into The Nightingale, but after The Great Alone, I need a break from a Kristen Hanna book. Amazing, amazing book, but it was a difficult read. I am going to film a book review and put that up on Wednesday. So I just needed something more light. So this was a really fun story. It kind of goes over her life in the Playboy Mansion, as well as some of the struggles she had just growing up in that kind of a lifestyle and getting out of that lifestyle. So great book. I did have a couple problems with some of the editing, but overall I really enjoyed this read. So the books that I'm reading this week currently, like I said, I've already finished those two. The books that I'm reading this week currently, the first one is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I am only about, let's see here, I'm on page 24, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'm hoping to dive more into it tonight. Loving it so far. I'm really excited to read the rest of the story. Really engulfing me. So excited. Hopefully I'll finish it this week. I don't know because it's totally crazy at work. I work in retail, so holidays are insane. But I am going on vacation soon, so hopefully I'll get a lot of reading in. Like I said, only 24 pages into this book, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And then the second book that I hope to pick up this week is Martha Washington, An American Life by Patricia Brady. Um, like I said in my last video, my husband and I are planning on reading the biographies for every president and then every first lady. He's going to read one for every president, and I'm going to read one for every first lady. So this is the first book that I hope, well, not that I hope, she's first lady. So this is the first book of that I'm going to pick up. Hoping to get to it maybe tonight, but I'm really enjoying Ace of Shades, so that's really what I'm excited to read tonight. Maybe I'll try to get a chapter into this tonight. We'll see. And then last, I will go over just 3 books that I have that I picked up really recently, and I've just kind of had laying around. Haven't gotten to them yet, obviously. We'll just get into that. Hopefully, get to them soon. So first is the Book Jumper by, oh my gosh, Mitchell Glaser. I probably totally butchered that. I thought the cover was really beautiful. I picked it up at one of the local bookstores. Kind of a cover buy. I accidentally went in there like really close to them closing, and they were super annoyed that I was one of those that came in like 5 minutes before they closed. I didn't realize they were closing early. They never do, so I just kind of picked this up on a whim so that I could get out of their hair. But I thought this looked cute and like a really neat story, so pick this up soon. If anybody has read this, let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments. The second book that I've had kind of on my TBR on my shelf for a while is Hunted by Megan Spooner. Now, I know Megan Spooner is pretty popular with the BookTube crowd. I know that Hunted, I think, was in a subscription box at one point. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I've heard really good things about this. I know it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I love Beauty and the Beast. Got plenty of stories there for that. I'm a total Disney freak. And like I said, I love Beauty and the Beast. Anything Disney. And Belle is my favorite princess. So, I actually have a Belle tattoo. Well, get it for the camera? No? There we go. Kind of. Okay. And then the last book that I have just kind of laying around is Zenith by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. I bought this book after hearing pretty mixed reviews about it. I thought the cover was really beautiful, and I did want to support booktubers that have a book published. I know that Lindsay Cummings has wrote other books before. Not sure about Sasha Alsberg. I think this might be her first. Like I said, I've heard very mixed things about this. So I have been really putting off reading it. I've heard it's kind of drawn out, and I am a total daydreamer, so I have trouble focusing if I can't really get into a story or if I think a story's slow. Let me know if you've read this and what you think about it. Like I said, I've heard a very mixed things, so I don't know. It's probably going to stay on my TBR for quite a while if I ever get to it, but pretty cover. Okay, guys, so that is all for tonight's video. A lot shorter than the last one. I am hoping to get a vlogging camera within the next, I don't know, few weeks or so. If anybody else has a vlogging camera and has any suggestions on a good one, let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, I will see you in the next video. And next video will be a review of The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. And I will be putting that up hopefully on Wednesday. Have a good night.